Oops. Where did the live stream go? There it is. Okay, we're back. We're doing stuff. It's Wednesday. I don't have the list opened up yet. We should do that. We should get the list going. The boy refuses to sleep today, so there will be chatting in the background. We'll see how that goes. See if I can. Don't eat it. Understand me? Don't eat the Play-Doh, kid. It's not for eating. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. It is Wednesday. We are doing the viewer suggestion today. I have the list set up from the community post. Oops. You have the new list set up. Just the suggestions this week. We're going to start with the rugby, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. I also have Sun Chips, so you guys can listen to the beautiful crunchies. You want a chip? Is that good? Yeah, cheddar chip. Delicious. Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. That's going to get mixed in with the Play-Doh. That's going to be awful. Oh well. Here we go. Ooh. It's a pastel rugby today. I stayed up way too late last night. At 11 o'clock, I was like, I'll give myself 30 minutes and I'll get this working. And then I had a fist fight with ChatGPT for an hour and a half. I finally got everything working the way I want, but it was 2 o'clock by the time I got to bed, so I'm a little tired, which is okay. That's all right. It happens. I don't have any music today. Should we play some music? Don't eat the Play-Doh, kid. Let's get some music, so you guys don't just hear me munching chips. Some chips say heart healthy on the bag, but I don't know if I believe them. Yeah. It's got protein and fiber, a little bit of fat. What is this made out of? Whole grains. GG, welcome in. How are you today? You want another chip? Here you go, kid. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a weird color of yellow. How's your week going, GG? Good game. Oh, my circles are not good today. It's a good thing I'm warming up. How much stabilizer can I put on this thing? That's not bad. It's a little laggy. I'm not a fan of that. I'm generally not a fan of stabilizers, but apparently today I'm not drawn round. What's everybody's snack of choice this week? Tried to send my friend a big bag of Sun Chips, like a box of them. They accidentally got delivered to my house, so now I have to eat a bunch of Sun Chips. Which isn't bad. Sun Chips are good. Just, you generally don't have them in the house. The boy seems to like them, so we'll keep him around. Yeah, you want more? You can have another one. There you go. Yeah. I thought you liked them, but now I just see you're licking the cheese off them. Mostly cleaning out the house, honestly. You know, a lot of dots. Did you move? Is that what it was? Got a new place to live? I see you climbing up here, kid. Where's your drawing pad? You want to draw? I could give you a marker, but I don't trust you with a marker. Where is your drawing pad? That's very strange. That's very strange. I don't feel it under my feet. Let's get you some snackies. Snackies! Got some goldfish. A few little candies. Okay. Pacify the boy. Bionic, welcome in. Mike and X are just good. That's all I'm saying. I got snacks aplenty, so I'm skipping lunch, but Mike and X is just good. It's just good. Should I take away your... Oh, you put all of those in your mouth, kid. That was so fast. Did you draw on the Play-Doh? The Play-Doh is just full of dice. And, green marker. Oh, it's because it was on the whiteboard. You're just playing this while cleaning? Gotcha. Been sick. Managed to get to the stream. Nice. Hope you're feeling better, Bionic. Eat the dice. Don't eat the dice. No. You did just shove a whole bunch of Mike and Ike's in his mouth, so. That's going to be fun. I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to start rolling some dice here. Six. Half centaur, half horse, headed minotaur, assassin, rogue. That sounds like some mimic bullshit. Half centaur, half horse-headed minotaur. So it's a horse. They want to play a horse. Or a man. I guess there's no legs. There's no legs in that situation, is there? No, yeah, that'd be. Horse head. Horse body. No, man body. You cannot climb up on the desk, kid. Please don't put your Mike and Ike's in the Play-Doh. I see now that Mike and Ike's were a bad idea while you were playing with Play-Doh. Whatever people keep saying you do mimics, they're not talking about mimics. They're like objects with sharp teeth and monsters' appearance, right? Yeah, I mean, like, if someone wanted me to draw a mimic, like, I would. Like, a real mimic, but that's not what they want. They want dumb shit with teeth. If that makes sense. Like it's something they always try to sneak into a character design. Just like this one. I think this one is a little someone's trying to troll. Because unfortunately what they didn't think about though is that a centaur's head is the top half of a person. So if you had a minotaur that had a horse head, it still has the human body, and then that would be on top of a horse. So I don't know if they were trying to make me draw just a horse, which is awesome. I would totally just draw a horse that is a character. But what they're gonna get is nightmare fuel. So here we go. The funny thing about this too is we could draw a minotaur with like the entirety of a minotaur with the top half of a horse on top of him. So it'd be human back legs and then a horse. Oh, kid, you got everything all sticky. Not cool. Not cool. Now I gotta wipe it down. All right, we've been waylaid by the boy already, but give me a second here, people. Don't put that in your mouth, please. Thank you. Hey. Don't draw on that, please. No, that's Discord. That's not yours. That was weird. You can have that die if you want. That's fine. Put it in your mouth, though. You can play with the Play-Doh. Come on. That was the whole purpose of you being over here. Yeah. And here you go. Play-Doh. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. You need a stick. His favorite thing to do right now is to, one, break a ruler, then take that ruler and use it to stab the Play-Doh. So we'll see how that goes. Gary, welcome in. Do not look up centaurs in fear of hunger. As a matter of fact, they just don't look up. Dogs can't look up. What do horse ears look like? I think I have them backwards. I think go forward, right? Now it looks like a dog. What have I done? Dare I say it? Please post horse pictures in the Discord. I'm gonna need some reference. Yeah, the reason I say no mimics is because people usually they're just trying to troll. Like they'll give you a big old character description and they'll be like, "Oh, but it's actually a mimic." It's like that's ridiculous. It's become a meme. It's become a meme. Every now and again I open it up to mimics. But what was the class of this supposed to be? I can't remember. Or did it not give me a class because it was just horse on horse? Gary, I realize now you said I like drawing. That's great. I read that as I like the drawing, which I'm appreciative of, but good. I'm glad you like drawing. What do you like to draw? I think a cool idea for a mimic. I had one of those yokai umbrellas. Yeah. See, like I guess that's a mimic. That's an umbrella spirit. I think that's a legitimate, especially like a legitimate use for a mimic is an umbrella. That's super dope. I would accept that. But once again, that's a thing that looks like a thing, right? It is that. It is that. When do the heads and what defines the splitting of the what's the luminous? The luminous. That's not right. Luminous is glowing. Liminal beings. What decides if they get a head or the legs of such? I mean, that's not how it works in real life. So we're talking about fantasy anatomy here. Because like we've decided that centaurs are essentially insects because they technically have 6 limbs. The head of a horse and the body of a man and the body of a horse and the body of another horse. He is the horsatar. Oh, that's not what I meant. Horsipede? I think it'd be a horsipede. You want some drink? Kid, I think you're just running on piss and vinegar right now. You're so tired. Possessed objects are interesting monsters in some ways. Lazy in others. I agree. I think the laziness of it is that, like, and don't, this is not bad. I like a lot of them. Elliot, welcome in, by the way. Like, really what you should do is you should design the monster like the Mimic, give it stats, and then make it look like whatever you want, right? Like, that's the laziness of it. So, I think if you have, like, animate object is another way to do that. Instead of it being a Mimic, you have stats for animate object. It works really well, but it's kind of lazy. Versus, like, trying to figure out what a demon in an umbrella should do differently than a demon in a bookcase. The claw decides who will stay and who will go. The claw! So, this looks pretty good for like a horse-headed minotaur. But because it's got the horse body, I think we need to make the horse head bigger. Like, I think it has to be horse-sized. Let's see what that... Can you get more mags? What the hell are mags? Can people send me money on magma? Do we need to open magma back up to the public so I can get super chats? We haven't done that in a while. And oh, did it get weird. I did open it back up to the Patreon members, so if Patreon members would like to draw, you're very welcome to join. The link is in the Discord. Foom Kid. Horses are weird. Horses are weird. You have alerted the horse. If a regular minotaur has an axe, what kind of weapon would a horse minotaur have? Hey, don't put that in your eyeball, please. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, are you a sleepy boy? Do you get Play-Doh in your eye? Yeah. Kids, they're just self-destructive. I'm gonna pick this up once. That's gonna go back in the bag. Okay, you gotta keep it on the table. Keep it on the table, please. I really like the posed objects. Element because it makes you think about nature of an object, how to do that thing wrong. I really like the possessed object. That possessed objects make you think about the nature of an object and how to do that thing wrong. Or like if you piss off an umbrella. Decided to play an Order of the Paw Halfling Cavalier in Wrath of the Righteous, and it's fantastic. Nice. What kind of mount did you pick? Order of the Paw, are you like riding a tiger or something? I think I need to check what this was. Assassin Rogue. Okay, yeah. It did say they got the horse end on both ends, but... A riding dog? Nice. Oh, that's okay. That makes sense. Order of the Paw. Kid, please don't put Play-Doh in your hair. Stop it. Yeah. Apparently you can't be trusted with Play-Doh, kid. I'm kind of hoping this kid will just like pass out at some point during the thing here. Shows a bully trait, so imagine them as a pit bull. Nice. Okay, no, you're not. Give it. I know, that's not funny. Can I give you a car or a ball? Or some blocks. Oh boy. With this. How about this? Yeah. I made this guy way too buff for a rogue. I guess rogues can be cut a little bit, but... A bowl mastiff? Bowl mastiff, you mean? Is there a difference? Is that a pun? Did I get tricked? What's a bull mastiff? Bull on these nuts. Buff rogues are a thing. I should have given him a cowl. It's too late for that now. So we're moving on. We're gonna keep some of this. Maybe we'll just give him like a leather jerkin. Can do that. Oh my kid. I have no idea what that sounds like in YouTube, so I'm sorry if that's the worst sound in the world. Gum, gum, gum. Oh boy. Gotta be clipped for common gift. Yeah. The horse centaur man has to be fit so he can climb the buildings. My specialty is scaling in through second floor windows. How? Well, I hate to cover up this sweet horse bod, but I think we're getting some leather armor. Try to keep it a little bit. Maybe he's just got a little vest. Horseman wearing a vest. That seems about right. Got to show off those sweet abs. Bull Mastiff would be funny cursed object. A Bull Mastiff. What would that do as a cursed item? The bull just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the longer you own it. I do think that would be a fun curse to like give somebody something that just weighs a ton. Like eventually over time, so every morning they wake up and they just feel tired and like their pack is just weighing on them, and then after a while they just become totally encumbered and they keep trying to figure out why they don't feel good, but then they discover that they have like a bowling ball in their backpack.
Hello, hello.
Dalcor, welcome in. Joining the draw today.
I think I might.
Let me give you some space. I'll shrink down the rugby. My first suggestion today was a horse centaur, horse minotaur's hybrid. And I think they just wanted me to draw a horse, but whoa, kid, what's going on? You tired boy? You can sit here if you want. Drink some water. You cannot draw. No. How are things going?
Pretty good.
I'm more and more interested in playing a crazy old man whose quest is to just de-age through magic. That sounds like a fun thing. I mean, de-aging is definitely more interesting to me than like I want to become a lich so I'm immortal. But also I feel like his quest could just be ended by pretty much any fae, which could be interesting. Maybe he's just looking for a fae to grant him youth. Or a genie. Stop it. This is not the right place for that kid. Do not rub it on the screen. Need to list them when you have just use clone healing magic. Yeah, like what's the soul jar and clone? Pretty common. Pretty common wizard trope. Should he have hooves for hands? That's the real question. I don't know why he would. It doesn't make any sense that he would, but kind of want to troll back, you know? Yeah? Yeah, none of those are buttons. They do look like buttons, though, which is very, very good of you to notice. But none of those are buttons. Did you get the drivers working for your tablet on the Chrome?
Yeah. Oh, maybe. We'll find out. This is my first time trying it. I was also bringing up your stream on my second screen.
Divination wizard who becomes a demigod of death and justice. Kid, what are you doing? Please stop spitting on my screen. I took the kid to the park this morning. And the first thing he did was just run at the swings, like someone who was already swinging. And luckily the little girl that was there kind of like saw what was going on and stopped. And I was like, thank you for that. You almost died. And then he immediately tried to run onto the basketball field and get killed by people playing basketball.
Of course.
So it was a morning, to say the least. I got the elemental stuff to work with the towers last night, which is awesome.
Yeah, I saw. That's awesome. Yeah.
Goblin baby, yeah. He's a menace. The downside being that now I have to make all the towers have fire versions. So I just like have a ton of work to do for it now. So I think I need to pause working on it until I get the video out.
So it looks like I don't have to do anything. Looks like
nice.
The tablet works right off the bat.
I had some issues initially with like drivers conflicting, but maybe Magma has fixed that since then.
I say that. I think the Windows
Ink. I think I have to turn Windows Ink off too.
Yeah.
Or I have in the past.
It's not an issue in Photoshop.
Yeah.
But in this it is. Because like it takes like that first 2 seconds that you touch the screen. And like it tries to register like one of the gestures or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I have gestures all turned off. What else would people like to see in the Patreon package this week or this month? I'm gonna try to get the new video out so I can send the stickers out for that. Is there anything else people want to see? He should have a horseshoe. He should kill people with horseshoes. That would be hilarious. This man was trampled by horses. And then when the cops come, they're like, look, it was this man that killed him. And they pick up his feet, and he doesn't have any horseshoes on his feet. He's like, eh, wasn't me. But he just beats people to death with them. There's also the there's a movie or somebody told me this, that the cool thing about horses, like, don't they feel bad that you're carrying them around? It's like, do you feel bad about carrying a backpack? Because like the weight difference is so minimal. I think it would be interesting for centaurs in D&D to have more features around like packing things, or you know, you can carry multiple backpacks, or I'm sure because they're quadrupeds and large creatures, they can carry more. Period. But like, I think actually like focusing on those things would be interesting. Horseshoe, yeah, exactly. Horseshoe brass knuckles would be great. President, welcome in.
Maybe there is an issue.
Horses do have kind of pointy heads, don't they? Oh, that's too pointy now. He looks like a llama. What if instead of horse feet, he had people feet? I'm surprised at how often in media I'll see things like horses having backwards legs. What was it? I think it was Rick and Morty. They had one of the later episodes, Jared turned into like a were-rabbit, and they kept giving him backwards legs when he transformed, and I was like, that's not how that works. They're just weird looking. But maybe not. Maybe backward legs are just a different way to look at how legs are working. Yeah, they still have a femur. Just higher up. So I guess you could count horses having backwards legs, but I don't necessarily think that's the case. But the back leg, as it looked like the front leg, this is not the knee. This is the knee. Which is very strange. Which just makes horses weirder and weirder. Because this is a knee. There's a knee here, but then the knee's back here. Super fucking weird. Super weird. Running around on their fingers. I hate it. As someone who can't draw yet, I envy the ability just to put the idea on paper. I need more character creation. Yeah, thank you, Malachi. Drawing is just drawing, you know? So, if you don't feel like you're good yet, just keep doing it. Keep doing it, get critique, talk to people about it, discuss it. Drawing is a thing you can learn. I hate pretty much everything I've done here. It's all nightmare fuel. That's not a good horse leg. It's okay horse foot, but you're right there, kid. Are we gonna dump out all the blocks? This is not a person leg. There we go. Horses have such just spindly looking legs. Drives me crazy. Walking on their tiptoes? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This would be straight. This goes from the bottom. They have almost no knee. Spindly little wrists. And horsefoot. Need to join the Discord? Yeah, you're welcome to join the Discord if you want. Yeah, there's no bot. There's no bot for Discord on YouTube. There should be a link down in the comments, though, or in the description if you go to the viewer. Okay, here's my problem. This guy looks okay. The horse is actually too big. Because his body needs to be the neck of the horse. And I've made it too small, so. I feel like I've made some kind of weird spider horse demon. So I think we'll probably do that. We'll shrink the legs down because the legs are too big. Now it looks like he's got some weird peen thing going on, but yeah, not my fault. Not my fault. Horses just be horsing, you know? This leg should be back. If that leg is forward. We're gonna call it. I don't want to spend time drawing a horse anymore. It's a horse with a jacket. That's what we've done. I feel like he needs to be a little more roguish, but I don't know how to do that. Christopher, welcome in. How's everyone doing? All right. Doing okay. The boy decided to skip a nap today. I think we're shifting down to like one nap a day, so the live streams might have to move time again, but we'll find out. We'll see how that goes over the next week or two. We've drawn our horse centaur minotaur hybrid thing, and I'm gonna move on to the next suggestion. Centarachnid gross. Imagine there. Yeah, I was thinking about a centauropede. That could be really funny. Just like infinite Slefnir horse legs. I rolled a 4. A Drider pumpkin? What? I've never heard of Drider pumpkin before. Sea turtle pirate barbarian, path of the ancestral guardian who wishes to learn the family pirating history. All right. So a fresh pirate, someone who has not gone off and pirated before. You know right there, Dalcor?
Yeah, try and Discord. Sorry, try and a different browser because that's what it told me to do.
I usually do the tortoise. I think the tortoise is interesting, but maybe I'll do Master Oogway this time. Or a snapping turtle? Snapping turtle could be interesting.
It looks like using Chrome over Firefox did fix it.
Gotcha.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. I haven't used Firefox in a while. Should we give him a pirate hat? Has he earned his pirate hat if he's not yet become a pirate? Firefox began to suck after the original creator left? When did that happen? What do you guys think about airships in your campaigns? I think airships are cool. Yeah, I like airships. I think advanced travel is kind of... I don't want to say looked down upon, or just not thought about enough in a lot of games. There is the element of fantasy that kind of just cries for boats and carts and horse-drawn carriages and stuff. But even in a lot of like new media for fantasy, they just eschew travel. They just don't think about it. They throw it out. Game of Thrones is a great example. Like in the book, months passes because people have to get from point A to point B, but in the show they just bounce around. They bounce around all over the place. And I think that's kind of travel is bad for the narrative if you're trying to do a quick narrative. So when you're playing a tabletop game, yeah, like I think you can get away with like, okay, you have downtime for 6 weeks as you travel from point A to point B. But if you don't want to do that, it can be much easier just to be like, oh yeah, it's a 3-day ship from here to there. And I think that's great. So Sky Pirates, yeah, Sky Pirates are great. Airships are great. Teleporters are great. Magic enhanced boats. Flight's always a good option. Is it funny? Oh boy. Who's this? See the owlbear? Amma! Eat him. You do the Indiana Jones theme, Muppet thing, travel by map. Yeah, and that's just that's just passing time, right? Like 4 or 5 weeks pass. I think that's great. That works too. I very much don't like to focus on my travels. I have in the past done like, oh, okay, you set up camp and now there's maybe a chance of a random encounter. But what I've discovered is most of the time, if the players need an encounter, you should set one up versus like forcing them to be caught randomly on the road, because random encounters like that often don't feel good unless they're like a key part of your game. So I think encounters should be story driven, and when you're trying to get somewhere to advance the story and you get waylaid by random gobs in the wood, it doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels tedious. So there's a balance. There's definitely a balance there. You need to go through Skull and Shackles for ship combat, but it would be easy enough to put together. I have the Skull and Shackles like board game. I need to look at that. Or something like that. Skull and something else. I think random encounters should only happen in unsafe places. Yeah, like I think that's good, right? If they're exploring and they don't know what to expect, random encounters are great, right? But when you're walking between two cities, it's like, why aren't there guards protecting this road? What is happening here? I also like personal things to happen while you're traveling. So like that can be really fun. And the airship still would accommodate that. Like you're on the airship, people are resting, people are just hanging out, and you can still have like inter-party communications and stuff. What's going on, kid? You hungry? Do you want some milk, or you just want up in the chair? Milk? Okay. Hang tight, everybody. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Only thing I would need is a list ship jobs, like jobs you would do on a ship. Lars did this really funny thing. He threw us all on a ship and put us into a like a fight with a kraken. But instead of having us fight the kraken, he tried to have us do all the jobs ships, like steering and repairing the ship. And I'm like, we're adventurers. We don't know how to do that. Like, why would we know how to run a ship? And he hadn't thought about that. And I think that's the weirdest part. It's just like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's like, the captain should be telling us what to do, and now you can run us through stuff. That's fine. You know, if the person behind the wheel gets eaten by the kraken and someone has to take it, that's great. Like, that's a great little encounter. But hey, that's it. That's all you wanted. Okay, all done. All done. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Personally, I find it a little immersive breaking and avoid it, but the idea of most serialized movies like it. Do you guys use narrate story elements that your party doesn't see? Yeah, sometimes. I think it's better to do it in game than just narrate it. But it's also, I'll do that for like a chapter's end, right? Like as you leave the town, you kind of like, basically I would set the scene for that town to be set like okay, so that the players know they're moving forward. But I haven't done that in a while. Usually, if I want them to tell them something happens, I'll have somebody talk to them about it in game and narrate things that way. To give players a role in the crew as piracy is business is there these campaigns? Yeah, that makes sense. That's a lot more sense. Like if you get hired onto a boat to do a job, you should know how to do it before you do it, right? So that's a good way to say who is responsible for what notes. Yeah, that's very cool. I think that's very smart. Should we give him a pipe? Do pirates have pipes? That looks like an old man. I like the idea that a turtle would be very old and then decide to become an adventurer. It's like, I've spent 90 years on this island. Time for me to try something new. There's a. I saw a video of like a turtle with something stuck in his nose, and it was very sad. But it made me think, like, how far did evolution have to come before it became advantageous to be able to like touch yourself all over? That sounds really weird, but like turtles can't hardly touch their faces. You can't touch the back of their shells. I guess birds can reach most of them themselves, so and they're pretty old. Fish though, yeah, no touchy. How have you actualized my character's vision so well? Oh my lord, honestly. Oh, for the turtle? I don't know. Hey, do not touch that. Don't. Hey, move your fingers. Kid, you cannot touch the computer. If my screen goes blank, it's because the kid reset the computer. Should we give him, like, I want to give him an earring, but, like, where would a turtle have an earring? Just give him some big old gold hoops. No, that doesn't work. He needs some baubles, though. Those social animals groom each other. They need friends to survive in nature. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Cows have the little birds, too. Not advantageous.
Always
Sorry, what was that?
do a nose ring. You could always do a nose
A
ring.
little nose ring, just like. It looks like a boog. I'll give him a necklace. Gators have birds as well. Yeah, I guess so.
I guess you could also give him like a bunch of brow piercings.
That could be interesting. Or like a lip ring.
Yeah.
It looks like a tooth. We're gonna not do that. We're gonna give him some. We're gonna give him a necklace. Oh, we can put it in his shell right here. Oh, did you bring the Play-Doh back up here? You can play with it up here if you want. You need something to poke it with? You need a big popsicle stick? So many of my little puppets get ripped apart because the boy wants popsicle sticks. There you go. Any tips for starting out as a DM? Out as a DM chat? My biggest tip for being a DM is don't reinvent the wheel. Like, really, you can lean into your books real hard. Whether it's whether you're playing an adventure path or a setting that's already set up, or like things you've seen on TV. Like, all of those things are great to use for inspiration and to make your games work without having to like really invest a shit ton of time into trying to make everything your own and unique. Like, the pantheons in D&D are great. Like, use them. as well as like don't be afraid to look at things in like uh, older editions of D&D or Pathfinder. Like if you find a feat in Pathfinder that you really like, you can probably adapt it for 5e pretty easily, and feel free to use that. Or if you find a deity from a different campaign that you like, it's your world. You can do whatever you want with it. So yeah. Start with linear story. That's also very good. Yeah. Don't be afraid to really push a linear storyline. I know a lot of people are scared of railroading, but like there's a big difference between forcing your players to do something and like heavy-handedly guiding them in that direction, right? A good example of this is when you start a campaign. It's kind of fun to be like, oh, you start in a town and doing something, and hopefully the characters figure each other out. But if you're struggling or you want to just start it off easy, give them a cue of like, okay, you've been chosen to do XYZ, or you're working for X company. You've met these people. So like you set up the situation in which these guys would be at a party, and then they have to find the camaraderie instead of them having to like naturally try to form the party. So that could be really, really helpful. But once again, like Path of the not Path of the Righteous, that's the game. Rise of the Rune Lords for Pathfinder 1 is a really good campaign to learn how to DM, because it sets it up very smoothly and slowly for you. Make sure your players have the things they want. No amount of DMing can give someone agency if they don't want it. Yeah. Sorry, Dalcor, from stealing too much space here.
You're not stealing too much space.
Are you drawing a baby on someone's back? What is this?
I would just yeah. Somebody said earlier that it sounded like there was a goblin baby.
Oh.
So I was trying my hand at a goblin baby.
Did you know that goblin babies are often raised in warrens that are made out of cages?
No, I did not.
Yep. Goblin nurseries are terrifying.
I mean, this goblin baby is pretty terrifying so far.
Okay, we got to give him a tattoo. We're going to give this bad boy a tattoo somewhere on here. Maybe a big anchor. Don't be afraid to start the party at the adventure. I don't want them to be in a dungeon. Okay, put them in a dungeon without setup. It's okay to put them in a dungeon without setup. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. That's kind of what I was saying. Like, you can definitely start a campaign off at the location that they need to be at. And I think that's how the old D&D starter kit starts. It basically starts with, you've been hired by this company to deliver these supplies to this place. You're already on the road. You maybe haven't talked to your coworkers yet, but you're all in the cart. You're heading on the path. So like, there's nowhere for them to divert. There's nowhere for them to get lost. They are on the right path right now, right? And the only way to screw that up is for them to be like, what if we steal all these things and run wildly into the forest? Which has happened to me. That can happen. And at that point, that's a player problem, not a DM problem.
I don't know if I'd want to play with.
I wouldn't want to play that.
The sort of party that does that.
I've had a party. Essentially, when that kind of like, that's not even murder hoboing. That's just like hyper wanderlust. That usually means someone's not having fun.
It's not even hyper wanderlust. It's like spiting the DM without even giving them a chance.
Spiteful diversioning.
Yeah, spiteful diversioning. I like that.
Usually that means someone's not having fun or they're not really interested in what we're doing. So it's always good to have that that kind of talk, like make sure like everyone knows what kind of campaign you're going to run, the kind of play style. Sometimes it takes a little while to get used to, and sometimes it's just people don't jive with certain people. I have a handful of parties that I have people I will play with, and I have people I will GM for, and some of those people don't mix. So Not all people are for all parties. That's okay. I struggle with coming up with ideas, so this is really helpful. Yeah, and if you do struggle with ideas, lean back into the modules. Like, look up some of the adventure paths. There's a bunch of them online. Hey, no, don't eat that. Don't eat the Play-Doh. It's just salt, kid. Yeah, it's just salt and flour. It's just really bad bread. And you can do that cross campaign too, which I think can be really fun. Like, try to find really old Pathfinder games or really old D&D games, like video games, and see what their story was. Just take that story and have fun with it. One of the longest running campaigns my friend Lars has run for us. He's one of the other people that usually DM when I don't DM. He ran us through Mario RPG as a D&D campaign. And it took us a little bit to figure it out, but then we were like, wait a minute. Okay, I think I'm about done on this turtle man here. I kind of want to give him like a big old... What's the tummy wrap? I was gonna say a bustier, but I don't think that's right. I think that's like a bra, a cummerbund. If you want to write your own, it's good to have examples of play. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think some of the best campaigns I've played start off with either like the Lost Mines of Phandelver, because that's a really cool universe to be in. But like halfway through the first part, because it's designed as an introductory campaign, it's kind of slow, and the DMs just kind of divert when they find something that the party's interested in, and you can really take off from there. So yeah, don't be afraid to grab one of the starter kits and just start that campaign and see where it goes. I think a lot of people will see like the tiny modules, and like a really good DM can get through that in a day, but a lot of parties will just meander, and it can take you a while. So yeah, one of my longest standing campaigns, which we played for a few years, started as a... Wow, kid, you just completely broke Aggie. Stop. Started as a Rise of the Rune Lord campaign, and after chapter 1, we stopped caring about that campaign and started doing our own thing. This is not a spoon. You are not supposed to be eating this. If you put this in your mouth again, I'm going to take it away. We did this earlier. Do you remember? It's going to go back in the bag if you put it in your mouth. Yeah. You can play with it all you want. Just don't eat it. Sounds like a blast. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The other thing that I like to do, and then maybe this is good campaign suggestion number 2, as you build your world, keep it. Like, the campaign that I'm playing in is a culmination of 4 or 5 different campaigns. Like, I just keep building on the same setting, and like that's what Matt Mercer did with like Tal'Dorei. He just kept expanding it. The Darrington Press stuff for Daggerheart. You kind of collect all of the games you've played and keep the lore going and think about things, and it builds and builds over time. You don't have to build it all before you start playing, right? Really just jump in and have fun. I've had a handful of campaigns that are just completely, I forgot to prepare anything, we're just going to wing it, and whatever the players latch onto, that's where we go next week. And I think that's very common. But unless you're really good at improv, I wouldn't suggest planning for that to happen. It can also derail a campaign pretty hard if you just don't have anything planned. Sometimes no D&D is better than bad D&D. And I'm okay with that. You do have Play-Doh in your eyes. That's not cool. Okay, I'm going to shrink this bad boy, except the boy got rid of my... I don't know how he did this, but like, there is no UI. Ah, tab. Tab key. Hey, stop. Oops. Okay, let's roll another one. For those of you who are in chat, if you did not suggest anything on the viewer suggestion post on Monday, you're very welcome to suggest something now in chat, and I'll put it on the list. We'll keep that for today and for Friday. Two. A gargoyle wizard studying necromancy. That's a cool one. A gargoyle wizard. Yeah, did you drop it on the floor? I think maybe this is too big for you, kid. I'll give you half of this. What are you doing? Did you put it in your mouth? It looks like you're chewing on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's gross, isn't it? Tried to warn you. We're gonna put this away now. No more. No more Play-Doh. Nope. You can play with these. Same rule. Don't put them in your mouth. It doesn't hurt to treat your campaign like JoJo's story structure. Just because the same world doesn't mean it relates to the prior. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I think the real fun part about that is like... Why? Why are you spitting today? The kid's got teeth coming in and he's just drooling up a storm. Yeah, I like building upon the world, like, especially for my players. Having a reference point, even if it's not something close by. Like the second time you run a campaign in the same world, they might be in the next town over, or they might be in an adjacent city-state, or maybe they start in the same city you ended in, but a different part of town, and like they have no idea about any of the characters, but they know the layout, right? And so they're like, oh, let's go check out that magic shop. It's like, well, the magic shop's not there anymore. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, it's gone. Like you can kind of start building on this idea of the players should know their way around, but things are different, right? Or it is the same magic shop, and it's the same guy, and they love the same NPC, but he's never met these characters before. That's also good. Taking place 20 years after the one I'm playing, just another island. Nice. Nice. I'm also a big fan of like a lot of my campaigns deal with kind of like world endy stuff, which is fun. Like my players like that, so that's why we do it. And in that process, that means the next campaign, like the world survived that, and so you get to see how that adapts and changes, right? Which is really cool. I like that. That's more of a prologue I would give to my players than just like you were saying earlier, narrating what's happening when they don't see it. I'll give them that premise of like 50 years ago, this event happened, and it's like, ooh, that was the thing we did. It's like, yeah. So like that's always fun. That's really fun. More cameos than not. Talcor, I don't know if I've ever DM'd for you. I think once, and I think you fell asleep.
I mean, it was several times.
Was it?
And I only fell asleep during one of those times.
Okay.
Because it was a long combat, and I think I got taken out really, really early.
I don't know if anybody's died in my campaigns except Jump Rope.
Or like something happened in Scott and Eric, and everybody were out on their own, and I was like in a different place, and so it was just like
that could be.
Like, yes, I slept, but also like it wasn't. I slept because I wasn't engaged, and there was some story reason for why I wasn't engaged.
That was also one of our big like game weekends, and everyone was half passed out anyways.
No. It was a campaign. Like I participated like 4 or 5 times.
Weird.
And it was with Scarrick.
Yeah, but they never lived here, so like, how were we doing that?
We were doing it virtually.
My memory's not great. This I know. And it would have been a long time ago.
Yeah.
I have the world builder's curse. It takes me an idea and it becomes a full world within a month, and all of a sudden I don't have mechanics for things that I should be represented in a game. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about with like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Like, just start. Get the stuff you need to know for the story and the current session, and then don't build anything until after that session, because you don't actually know where people are going to go or what they're going to do. He's a wizard. I'm going to give him a big old beard. Ooh, should it be a stone beard though? That would also make sense. If he's a gargoyle. I'm on the wrong layer. I don't know why Aggie is so bad about this. I made a new layer. It just like, I see you've made a new layer, but I'm going to stay on the same layer that you're on. It's like, why would you do that? Go to that layer. No clue why I think so far ahead already. A huge weight off my mind. Yeah. Like, you really don't have to. I say, like, plan the things that are meant for your world. Like, basically, if you want to have your story be about, let's say, a dragon comes by and messes up some side of the country, right? Like, so is the important part that it is that dragon? Or is the important part that part of the world is getting destroyed, right? Like, what's your angle there? Because if you all of a sudden start planning out like the exact dragon you want and everything that's going to go into the final boss battle, but that dragon's like level 20, and you're starting at level 5, it's going to be a long time before you even get there, and things might change, right? So that's where railroading can come in, because like, no, you have to go to the volcano because that's where the thing is. It's like, guide your players to the volcano and let them figure out how they get there, without just forcing them to be there. It's subtle. It's really subtle, and it does take time to kind of get into the vibe of that. Generally, what I'll do is I'll have my setting for that session, and I'll know that from here, the next place I want them to go will be a dungeon, right? This is the dungeon. So everything I do in this town will be hyping up this dungeon. Whether it's like you find a job posting, people are talking about it, there are some side quests like, oh, someone's gone missing, we think they got taken by whatever, right? Like little tiny things. Hey, a whole bunch of adventurers went to this dungeon and they haven't come back. There's a reward, right? You're doing all these things that are driving people towards this dungeon, but they might want to divert real quick and do something. And if you do that, that's great. Lead them to the dungeon, right? They could just head straight there. That's fine. But maybe they want to do some shopping first. So they're like, hey, there's this other side quest where the goblins ran off with some things. And we want to get that back first because we're going to save a puppy, right? So they run off to save the puppy. They fight the goblins, and they find paperwork or a magical tome that talks about this dungeon. So like everything you're doing here is still driving them to the dungeon and saying like, hey, this is where I want you to go. Here are some good reasons to do it. And let them kind of passively figure out how to get there. They could spend 4 or 5 sessions just hanging out in this town doing things before they ever get to that dungeon. So it doesn't matter if you start planning the dungeon now and have all this other crazy stuff going on. Like, have the idea of what you want to be next. And you can have 2 or 3 ideas. Like, hey, there's a dungeon. Hey, there's a treasure hunt. Like, you go down to this cave. Someone found a cave where this treasure's supposed to be. You can plan these 2 things, and you can have vague ideas of what you want for them. But I wouldn't actually start really developing them until they decide to go there. Because at any point, they could be like, you know what? Dungeon sounds too scary. We don't want to do that. We're just going to head to the next town over and see what they've got. And so now you have this third place that you hadn't thought about, and you spent all this time developing these, when really you should have waited and seen what the players want. And now, hey, you know what? We're going to go to this new town. I'm going to develop the town this session, and now you can rinse and repeat. Now you're back here, going into this town, and you can say, hey, there's this other dungeon, right? Like, change the story, change the way it looks. Make it different incentives. Sometimes gold isn't enough. Sometimes players need, they want to be altruistic, or they want to be helpful, or they want to say, hey, we're trying to fight this dragon. How do we get more information on it? Well, there's an old tome in a dungeon that I want you to go get, right? Lots of different things you can do to not make it feel railroady.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Did Did Rick mute himself?
Maybe. Though I think I did hear a text sound, so maybe.
Sorry, I'm back. Welcome in, Corvus.
Welcome back. How are
It's
you?
already 2 o'clock. That's cool. You drawing a shell? A snail?
I am.
Nice.
Yep. I was I finally went to the posts on
Yeah. Please don't feel like you have to do
the
those.
viewer
but-
suggestion. I know.
Okay.
I don't.
What was your
I hope-
suggestion then?
it was Wizwelt, a snail that is also a wizard.
Interesting.
The shell is shaped like a wizard hat.
The shell is shaped like a wizard or a lizard?
Wizard hat.
Okay. Wizard.
No,
Wizard.
not a lizard.
Wizard. Kid, what's going on with you? Hmm? You spinning your wheels? I'm super pissed off at my bank. They just called.
Oh.
Because they keep charging me fees. And I don't think they should be. And so I tried to call them and the computer crapped out. So I called them again and then they hung up on me. So I called them again and they're like, yeah, you have to come in and talk to us. So I did. And they're like, yeah, you have to set up an appointment. And I was just like, you sons of bitches. Like, so they just called me to confirm that I'm coming in tomorrow. And it's just like, fuck you guys. Like, okay. I gotta be right back. All right, the kid's spinning.
Head spinning like Exorcist.
I don't want to call it yet. But this kid is spicy.
Why is it spicy?
Yeah. I don't know if this looks like a gargoyle. I feel like I've lost the plot a little bit. How are you doing, Corvus?
Okay, that looks like a bugbear.
It does look like a bugbear.
think
need to
with-
make 'em look
I
more
think if you
vampiric, don't I?
somehow do- just like stone texture, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little more blocky. Maybe horns. Horns might be good.
Yeah, I've been engrossed in my Switch. Not Switch, Lord. Steam Deck.
Yep. That'll happen.
Yeah. Apparently I didn't do what it needed to be done. So where I was fiddling with the graphics,
Mm-hmm.
it would say like, "Oh, you need to restart." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So I thought that would just meant like just exiting out of the game and restarting the game.
Oh.
And no, apparently it actually meant needing to actually restart the Steam Deck. And because before I restarted it, there would be these times where I'll be just running through like a little section of the game, and then it would just like almost minimize the screen to like a little sliver.
Weird.
And I was like, what's going on? And I was like, I finally like decided just to do a restart on it, and not had that issue since. I was like,
That's good.
because it's like calibrating the shaders and all this other stuff. Yeah.
Articulating splines.
Yep.
I had gotten
What
everything
game
to work
were you
last night
playing?
on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Except for one thing. I was like, oh, I just need to add this. And it's like, yeah, let me do that for you.
And it broke everything.
And I'd given it my script and we changed it a bunch, and we got into a point where it was like, this is great, let's add one more thing. And it's like, cool, I'm gonna take this script and add that to it. And it's like, why would you do that? And then at the same time, it's like, oh, and I also rewrote some of these things, and now you have a memory leak, and when you try to play the game, it makes your computer crash. And I was just like, what? This shit happened. So I had to rebuild everything from scratch again. But ChatGPT is losing its mind. Completely losing its mind.
Well, it never had a mind, so. I was gonna say, have you been using references for your gargoyle?
No, I'm just going for it. It's looking very Goldanish. Hospitals are really bad sometimes on websites. I could imagine. Why the heck would they do that? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, you sorted the doctor to alphabetize it by first name. It's out of order because it's also sorting them by title. And now that's just a huge section of doctors. You think you'd be able to switch that? Or did I just roll over? If you ever want to know if you're ready for kids, try picking something up and then just spilling it on the floor 3 times. And if you can mentally handle that, you're ready for kids.
So, since having my Steam Deck and having Dragon Age the Veilguard, I have put in
Stop it.
104.3 hours.
That's like in a weekend? How long has it been? A week?
When did I get? Hang on, let me look at my backlog of messages. It came on the 12th. So, since last Tuesday.
Isn't that like
So
2 or 3 full playthroughs of the game?
No, I mean, granted, I have like started like other little runs just to, like get a feel of like which class I wanted to play. But like on my main one, I just doing every little bit of thing, all the little side stuff, and
Somebody give me a.
there are times where I would just like set it down, and I guess
Sure.
it's still technically running, and I'll get back to it. So I guess probably subtract like, I don't know, 2 hours of that in total.
I thought like most games like that have a 40 to 50 hour gameplay. I thought, but and that's just like if you want to go beat the game, takes about that long.
Like, I could have rushed everything and get like the worst possible ending,
Sure.
or like literally all your companions die, and you like kind of fail.
That's okay though.
And
You don't need them.
I mean, kind of do.
Bad info gives me time to search. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I don't think that's too bad. There's definitely been some games, like I think Twilight Princess. I just got it, sat down, and played like 30 hours in a weekend and beat it. And I was just like, yeah, that was great. There's nothing wrong with that if you have the time for it. Kid, this is not appropriate. Not appropriate. What? What's up? What's up? Oh, you want to go for a walk? Oh my. Okay, it is 2 o'clock. Maybe we should call it for the day. We can go for a walk.
They say it's anywhere from 50 to 70 hours of gameplay.
Okay. That's
So,
not
like,
bad.
I guess excluding the times where I was playing other characters from my main one.
You got about two game playthroughs in there.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, the boy is just yelling at me to take him for a walk, so I think we might have to take a break here and go do that. See if we can finish up this gargoyle real quick. We'll give him a little wizard hat, because why not? Delcor, I like your wizard snail. It's looking good. I am the goo romancer. What would it be? Slime romancer? Nope, not slime romancer. Slimomancer?
That's probably a game.
Yeah.
Probably is a game. There should be like a new internet rule about games, similar to the other internet rule about other things.
If it exists, there's a video game about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
I looked up Crab Game yesterday because I'm sure it existed. It turns out there's a bunch of people making Squid Game, like parody things called Crab Games.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
gonna have to change the name, which is fine. But gotta think about that. Okay, I've drawn my Gul'dan. I'll give him little tiny bat wings just because. Yeah. And I think we'll call it there. I will just go take the boy for a walk, of course, and I'll be back in the Discord, and we'll be working on game stuff there for the rest of the day, I believe. So, thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Thanks for the good suggestions. Dalcor, thanks for drawing with me. Corvus, thanks for hanging out, even though it was short. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday to finish
Totally
up
my
this list.
fault.
That's alright, that's fine. Crab Gaming is a dark era, yeah. That's a dang good wizard snail, yeah, indeed. Rodney, welcome in. Sorry, we're just about to call it for the day. We can definitely see if there's anybody around for a raid, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what the hell YouTube calls it anymore. Redirect. Nope. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. I'll post these in the chat. Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch you all later. Bye, everyone.